Ah, oh, I love Reese's snack mix. Oh, oh, shoot! got an Oblivion Let's Play to do. Sorry. Give me just a second. Okay. Huh. Sorry. There's my lore-breaking moment to start off the episode. So welcome back, everyone. Boy, I just gotta say it one more time. Reese's snack mix. It's good. It's good. All right. Well, anyways, hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I was out of town, back home visiting my in-laws. It's always a good time. And let's jump right back into it. So we've got to, I believe, talk to these knights. Yeah, so now as you can imagine from what we did the last few episodes, we've got to get all the relics of the Crusaders. So I'm guessing we have to talk to every single one of these guys, or the majority of them. They're going to give us tips on our current quest. So let's start with this guy. He seems to be in charge. Sir Amiel.
By the 9. I've not seen such strength. Could you be... No, you cannot. You are simply a noble knight.
Let's see, Knights the 9. Tell me about Sir Beric.
One of the mightiest knights of my day. It was a great boost to the Order's prestige when he joined. Unfortunately, he and I did not see eye to eye on certain matters. He left the Order during the War of the Red Diamond and never returned.
Interesting, the War of the Red Diamond. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. Knights of the 9, we know who they are. Helm of the Crusader, we already have.
The 9,
yep.
Sir Knight.
Thank you. Let's start with Sir Caius.
How may I serve you, Commander?
Tell me about Sir Beric.
Alas, my old comrade is not among us here. We do not know why his spirit did not join us here to guard our last relic. We were estranged in life, but I had hoped that in death we could be reconciled. For my part, I now know that I am largely to blame for the ruin of the old order. Sir Amiel takes too much upon himself. I will say no more.
Okay, thanks.
May the 9 guide your way.
So Sir Beric is apparently someone that was part of their order and fell away. I'm looking for information on some relics, though. Let's try Casimir.
I know where you may find the gauntlets of the Crusader.
Ah, there we go.
For I was the one who lost them. Though many know where they are still lost. I believe there is something you must do in order to retrieve them. Would you listen to my tale and learn of the gauntlet's fate?
Please tell me.
When the order fractured, I followed Sir Beric into war, taking the gauntlets with me. When it was over, I returned to Cyrodiil. I attempted to return to the service of the 9, but the war had changed me. I no longer had sympathy for the weak or pity for the suffering. In the brief time I was there, I did more to hurt the chapel than help it. It was there that I was cursed.
Cursed? What do you mean?
A beggar who came to the chapel each day for help tried my patience one too many times. I lost my temper and struck him. My blow landed harder than I had intended, and he fell to the floor dead, killed in the very chapel of the God of Mercy. I left the chapel at once, of course, but the damage was done. I was weak, constantly weary, and lacked the energy to do almost anything.
What about the gauntlets?
Ah, yes. As proof of the deed, when I struck the poor man, the gauntlets slipped right off my hands and fell to the floor. Heavy as stone, they would not move. None could lift them. I suspect they lie there still, in Coral's chapel. You must prove to Stendar you are worthy to lift the gauntlets once more. Seek out the priests in Coral. Perhaps they can help you.
Okay, there you go. Gauntlets of the Crusader.
Walk with the Nine, Sir Knight.
So we've got a red guard who has a tie to Stendar. And it's kind of cool. All of these relics have stories as to, how they were lost. Really quick, I want to tell you while we were touching on it, I think it's, what is it, Sir Barrick? Sir Barrich? Whatever. I think it's Sir Barrick. He mentioned the War of the Red Diamond. So I'll just read to you from the unofficial Elder Scrolls page. Just a short little blip here, a couple sentences on what that is. So it happened in the Third Era, between 120 and 121. What year are we in? Oh, it won't show me unless I go to my journal. We're at the end of the Third Era. This is a little earlier on. In fact, let's see if it gives me a date. We are at... Does it give me the year? No, it does not. How many days have we stayed in this world? Sorry, don't want to get too many. We've stolen 1,097 items. Holy crap. Bounty, nothing. Days passed, 135. Okay. So we've been here already like 3-something months in game. That's crazy. Anyways, kind of neat. So, getting back to the point here, I'll just tell you about the War of the Red Diamond. So it happened earlier in this era. It says, Kintyra II became empress on the death of her father, Antiochus, in 3rd Era 120. Her uncles, Sepphoris King Ghislaine and Magnus King of Lilmoth, attended the coronation, but her aunt, Queen Potema of Solitude, so if you've played Skyrim, you're familiar with a certain quest about the Wolf Queen. That would be her. She has quite the reputation. Was banished after insulting the girl in front of the Elder Council. Potema was scheming to obtain the throne for herself and her son, Uriel. Her schemes resulted in a civil war known as the War of the Red Diamond, the name coming from the symbol of the imperial family. In early surprise attacks, Skyrim and High Rock were easily defeated by the force of Queen Potema. The war was close fought in the long run, but was abruptly determined by the death of Potema's claimant, Uriel III, in 3rd Era 127. So her son ended up dying 7 years into the war. With the succession crisis ended, the war formally terminated there, but Potema held out in solitude with an undead army for another decade. During this civil war, the Knights of the Nine were fractured and later became completely dissolved. The 4 recovered relics of Perennial Whitestrake were used in the war and lost afterwards. And you can get more information on from the books in game called The Wolf Queen and Biography of the Wolf Queen. Those are both in Skyrim, I believe. So kind of interesting if one day if we ever get around to doing a Let's Play of Skyrim, there's a great quest that goes into that, and I can shed some more light on that. But basically, the Queen of Solitude was upset that this girl was going to become the Empress, and so she waged a war, and she liked her necromancy. So, pretty crazy to think that Solitude for, 20-something years was ruled by a lady who was a necromancer and had an undead army. So, keep that in mind next time you're playing Skyrim. All right, anyways, let's. I think we can talk to some other guys and get all the quests for the relics and just knock them out in one go. Let's talk to Sir Junkin? I'm guessing it's Junkin.
I wish to see you succeed where
Another
I
Red
failed.
Guard.
I was on the path to the boots of the Crusader, but died before I reached them. Do you wish to learn what little I know?
Tell me more.
I cannot tell you exactly how to find the boots, for that will be up to Kinnereth. I can tell you to seek out her priests, though. West of the Imperial City, on the edge of the Great Forest, is a shrine. You will find them there, and they will tell you what you need to know.
Okay, fair enough.
Go with virtue.
Okay, let's talk to Sir Torolov.
Greetings, Sir Knight.
Greetings. I'm probably butchering all these names. I'm so sorry if that's bothering you. Gauntlets of the Crusader.
Sir Casimir took the gauntlets to war with him. After what happened with Beric, who would try to stop him?
Oh, he's just telling me about the gauntlets.
May the Nine guide your way.
Yes, yes, indeed. Sir Gregory.
I am at your service, Commander.
You know anything about the boots of the Crusader?
The boots have been guarded by Kinnereth herself for the longest time. Sir Junkin went after them and never returned.
Okay. It is Sir Junkin, then.
May the Nine guide your way.
How about Sir Henrik?
If you are true to the teachings of Julianus, it may be possible for you to find the shield of the Crusader.
Interesting. He calls him Julianus. It's Giuliano, so I'm pretty sure I've heard multiple people say it. Whatever, I've heard people say Daedra in the game, so no big. What do you mean?
When the order crumbled, I set out on my own. After years of searching, I found the shield and brought it to Fort Bulwark for safekeeping. With the help of a few trusted friends, I began work to keep the shield safe for all eternity. I never saw my work finished. I died defending the fort from those who would take and misuse the shield. I never saw our work finished. I trust that the others carried on without me.
Interesting. Where is Fort Bulwark? What an appropriate name to hide a shield. Place to hide a shield, huh?
It lies in the southeast of Cyrodiil, near the Black Marsh border. If all went according to plan, it should be very well guarded now. Believe in yourself, and use your knowledge wisely. You will pass through unharmed, and the shield will be yours.
Interesting. Okay. Thank you.
Walk with the Nine, Sir Knight.
Sir Ralvus.
You have my tribute, Sir Knight. In 300 years, none have passed the gauntlet. In 300 years, we have never known hope. But for the first time, it seems that someone may succeed where we have failed. I see in you the chance to redeem our souls and restore the order. And now, I must ask you to press forward where I could not. I must ask you to face the challenge of Zenithar.
Here we go. Zenithar. Well, I think it's interesting. There's a Nord, a couple red guards, like all these humans, and then there's a wood elf. I think that's interesting. How did you fail?
I was arrogant and foolhardy. I sought personal glory. I placed my own will and my own lust for fame over the will of the Nine.
That ain't good.
In facing the challenge of Zenithar, I failed. I tried dozens, no, hundreds of times to reach the mace. I fell each time, and each time I awoke in the chapel, I leapt again. I tried to enlist the help of the other knights, but none would come to my aid. The inscription says to walk in the faith, but even now, I do not know what this means.
Interesting. What must I do?
Below the chapel of Zenithar in Leowyn, there is a shrine to the great craftsman, Saint Calidus. Those seeking the mace must pray before the shrine. When you bow, you will receive a vision. Or perhaps not. It is unclear. The priest saw that my body never moved, but it felt so real. You will see the mace, separated from you by a great chasm. The chasm represents your doubt. Your faith must be your guide across it.
My faith will guide me?
This is what I know. As I said, my faith was weak. I did not understand the test, and I fell from the platform each time I tried to cross. I have told you all that I know. All that is left is for you to prove yourself more worthy than I. If you seek the mace, travel to Leowyn's chapel, kneel at the shrine in the Undercroft, and let your faith in the Nine be the salvation of us all.
Interesting. Okay. That's for the gauntlets. Or no, maybe that's something else. That's for the mace. Mace of Zenithar. Cool. Thank you.
Go with virtue.
Alright, I've spoken with the ghosts of the Knights of the Nine, and I've learned where several parts of the armor of the Crusader are hidden. I should return when I have collected them all. Alrighty then, let's get let's go after the Mace of Zenithar. I know we're not a mace wielder, but it just sounds so neat. Can't help myself. I'll see you over there.
It's you. I've heard of you. You're the one restoring the Knights of the Nine, aren't you?
That's me. I am merely a servant of the Nine.
Such humility. I admire you. I am Caradus Oholan. I originally came to this chapel in search of the Mace of Zenithar. I tried, but I could not pass the test. My faith was weak, or perhaps Zenithar decided it was not I who should carry the mace. He has found a use for me, however. The priests have asked me to stay on to protect the chapel. After what happened in Anvil, they are afraid.
I don't blame them. What about you? What's your story?
I grew up in Cheydinhal. My father was a cobbler. My mother was an acolyte of Zenithar. She was self-taught, not part of the chapel proper. They were both killed in an accident when I was young. I became a ward of the crown and was drafted into the Imperial Army. After serving 2 tours patrolling Stros Makai, I left the service for a life devoted to Zenithar, inspired by my parents.
Stros Makai is a really awesome island off the coast of Hammerfell. It's a Redguard island. It's really notorious for, well, it used to be. I mean, it still happens kind of more black market, but back in the Second Era and before Tiber Septim finally, got Stros Makai to surrender after the Battle of Stros Makai, it was a big pirate port. Very Pirates of the Caribbean kind of thing to it. So that's kind of neat. So when he said Stros Makai, that Zakeen's been there. He's got some family from Stros Makai, so he knows all about it. He used to go there and check out all the hot chicks on the beach. I don't know. What can you tell me about the mace?
Legends say that when Pelinal Whitestrike was slain by the aliens, a messenger carried the mace to the human settlement of Leowin as a message. Centuries later, the master craftsman St. Calidus built the Chapel of Zenithar in Leowin as a tribute to the legend. When St. Calidus was laid to rest, those who prayed to Zenithar at his tomb began to receive visions of the mace of the Crusader.
Interesting. Thank you.
Be seeing you.
I like this guy. Used to be a Legion. Seems like he's got a pretty good heart. Though it wouldn't let him get the mace. But like he said, that might not be necessarily because he's unworthy. It might be because he's not the one chosen to wield it. Something tells me it might be us. Oh, ghosts. Greetings. I come in peace. Sanctified ancient specter. Oh, look. They won't attack us unless we, grave rob. Oh, that's reassuring. Hello, ancient specter. Another one over there. Another wraith right there. Okay. Well, let's just pray here. Oh, here's a skeleton. An offering box, huh? Is that... Oh, no, here it is. The Tomb of Saint... That was interesting. Had an offering box over there. I don't know if that's for a quest or something else. Tomb of Saint Calidus. Alright. Let us meditate. I've knelt before the shrine of Saint Calidus in Leowin and found myself transported to some sort of dark void. I could see the Mace of Zenithar off in the distance, but there seems to be no way to reach it. According to Sir Relvis, I must allow my faith in the Nine to guide me to the mace. Alright. Whoa. This is something. Okay. Well, now, if I had to guess, my faith in the Nine, I mean, that's... I think you can't jump. I think you just have to walk. Well, my faith in the Nine is terrible. I've fallen all the way down. I stepped into the void when I tried to reach the Mace of Zenithar, but my feet met nothing but air. They fell into the darkness. There must be a way to walk between the platforms to reach the mace. Oh, what the... Okay, let's do it again. So we can't go that way. There must be a way. Why am I forgetting this? Maybe I need another artifact to reach this one. I have to let my faith carry me. So I'm guessing that means I can't jump or anything. I wonder if I have to... You know what? I know exactly what it is. I'll bet you... Yep. I'll bet you that's exactly what it is we need another artifact before we can claim this one. And if I had to guess what that could be, I think it might be the boots. Let's look here. Nature's Fury. Kinnereth is in charge of the boots. That's who they're from. So we'll go there. One thing I wanted to talk about Kinnereth that I may or may not have mentioned in a couple episodes ago when I was talking about all the different divines. You know, I talked about Shor and how he created man, and then the ancient, you know, ancestors of the elves went to war with him, and that's how Lorcan was defeated. And it's also a well-known fact that Kinnereth had something to do with the making of man too. So Kinnereth is often held as one of the highest gods to man. Oh, what is that? What the? A land drag. These things are nasty. Drag are like these big crab, and there's two kinds. There's obviously an underwater one, and then there's this land kind. Look at this. Oh, the stupid will-o'-the-wisp. These things are crazy. They look like the Predator or something. Here, I'll try to get it. That is freaky looking. Okay, that's enough. Okay, I killed the drag. Let's finish off this stupid will-o'-the-wisp. Hate these things. Got it. Let's get a better look at that drag. Jeez, right in the middle of me talking too. Scared the crap out of me. Can I pick it up? No. Okay, well, they like lightning, and they're like big crabs, but obviously far more dangerous than our average mud crab. I don't think we've ran into one of those yet on this playthrough, so there you go. There's a new enemy type for you. They're usually just found down here in the swamps. They're, like I said, they do have an octopus kind of cousin that is also a drag, but it lives in the water. And if you played Morrowind, you'll have experience with those and want to hang yourself. Okay, here's the Shrine of Kinnereth, I think. I have to take care of the stupid troll. Get away from my... Get away from my horse. There we go. I apologize for the rude interruption, brethren.
What can I do for you?
Nothing, apparently.
Be seeing you.
A pleasure to speak with you.
Can't talk to you either.
Bye.
Ah, here we go. Avita Vesnia.
What brings you to the altar of Kinnereth, my child?
I'm looking for the boots of the Crusader.
You would seek the holy relic Kinnereth has bestowed upon the world. Then you must prove yourself worthy. Kinnereth's creations guard her relic, and you must pass the test before you may be granted the boots.
Okay. Test? What test?
I cannot say what it will be, for I do not know. Kinnereth herself will decide in what manner you shall be tested. All I can do is direct you to the Grove of Trials, and remind you to heed Kinnereth's teachings. Fear and respect nature and all her creations.
Where is this grove?
Not far from here, to the west, nestled within the great forest, it is a place many would overlook. I warn you that it is unwise to take anyone with you. You should go there alone.
Fear and respect nature, huh?
Indeed. Nature itself is Kinnereth's domain. All its creatures are her walls. You would do well to remember this when it comes time for your test.
Well, very well. I shall take this test.
Then proceed directly to the grove, as your test has begun. Kinnereth may choose to guard you along the way. That is up to her. Good luck.
All right.
Good day.
Oh, Lady Kinnereth, smile upon me as I go to get the boots of the Crusader. But in all seriousness, I hope I can get the boots. Been a while since I've done these quests. I do remember this one, though. It's pretty neat. Alright, so we're looking for a grove. Man, it is just pouring rain. Holy moly. Okay. Ah, here we are. We're at the grove. I've reached the Grove of Trials. I shall have to wait and see what Kinnereth has in store for me. Okay. Oh, that's a giant bear. I'm supposed to fear nature, so don't. It's a forest guardian. I shall not fight this creature. We will only be able to mend our own wounds. Surely this is a test. A bear attacked me in the sacred grove, but I made no attempts to fight back. A cave has been revealed, and it would seem the boots of the Crusader are waiting inside. There you go. Boy, you are a huge animal. Bye, Forest Guardian. I would totally love to have that as a mount. It's my favorite mount I have in Elder Scrolls Online, is a big brown bear like that. It's awesome. I named him UFO. Anyways, stone door to Kinnereth's Grotto. That was kind of a cool marking on the door. Okay. Wow, this is nice. Oh, look, Spriggans. Oh, please don't attack me. I don't think they will. Spriggans are one of her best known creatures. But like I said, all creatures of nature are hers, generally. As long as they're of the world and not of Daedra. Oh, Spriggans are so odd. They sit here and chuckle and... Yeah, so if you don't know what a Spriggan is for whatever reason, it's basically a woman. They're generally... I don't think they're ever depicted as male. Yeah, they're women that have bark skin. And, yeah, they're interesting. Boy, it's nice in here. I really feel like these two Spriggans have messed you up, though, if you messed with them. There they are, the boots. I've acquired the boots of the Crusader. I've completed Sir Junken's... That makes me laugh. His name is actually Sir Junken. I don't know. Thought it would be something else. Quest by recovering the boots of the Crusader. I should continue to search for the relics that the other Ghost Knights were questing for. Okay. Let's throw on those boots, shall we? Oh, Woodland Grace added. Interesting. And we get Fortify Restoration even more. Let's go look at what Woodland Grace does. Woodland Grace. Ability. What? Interesting. Look at the markings on this door. Let me get a torch out. Oh, first I guess we'll repair here. Okay. Look at that. These are freaking ancient. We're talking about the Daedra who created the world. They're freaking old. These could have been made by probably early men, to be honest, before they were even Nords or Red Guards or whatever. Just the first men who helped fight in the war against the elven gods back at the beginning of time, basically. Let's go ahead and let's try that mace. Nah, maybe I need... Do I just need the boots? Maybe I need the gauntlets and the greaves too. Let's go after the gauntlets next, just to be safe. I need to find... Let's not go for the shield. Let's go for gauntlets. Are located in the Chapel of Stendar in Coral. Something about a curse too after he struck the man. So Coral, Coral, Coral. Let's jump up here to the north gate and head in. Yeah. Zakeen, growing up, his family worshipped Stendar like most Like most Red Guards do. Not that they don't worship the other gods, but Stendarr is kind of the patron of the Red Guards. He just always has been. Oh, bell's ringing. I love the atmosphere in this game. Like, it's got its quirks, especially in the dialogue, as you've all seen around all these episodes. But man, just continues to amaze. All right, here we are. Stendarr. Looky here. The gauntlets of the Crusader. Let's just try to pick them up, shall we? The gauntlets are too heavy to move. Well, freak. Of course they are. Who are you guys?
Greetings to you.
I don't think you're who I want to talk to. Oh, let's talk to this guy in the coat over here. Hang on.
Hello.
Ereldur?
What brings you here, my son?
Oh, high elf. Interesting. I'm here for the gauntlets of the Crusader.
Ah, yes. The gauntlets have been here for ages. I know only the basic story behind them. They're more of a novelty these days. My only real involvement with them these days is keeping the youngsters from hurting themselves trying to pick the gauntlets up. What is your interest in them, if I may ask?
I've come to retrieve them.
Oh, I'm afraid that's quite impossible. They don't move, not even a bit, as if they're the heaviest things in the world. Don't you know the story behind them? I'm not familiar with all the details, but I know roughly what happened.
I can say, I don't care, I want them. Yeah, I don't recommend you do that. I'd like to know their story.
Yes, well, I don't know the whole thing. A great many years ago, a knight of the old order did something terrible, and the gauntlets just fell off. They dropped to the floor right where he stood, and no one could lift them. It was a sign of the curse placed upon this knight by Stendarr, I think. That curse still lingers on today, in fact. Poor Kellen.
Who is Kellen?
Oh, why, he's a descendant of that very knight from so long ago. The curse has affected his family all these years. He suffers from it now.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
He came here from Hammerfell seeking a cure, but, well, there's really nothing that can be done for him, I think. He may know more of the story than I. Perhaps you should speak with him if he's feeling well enough.
Interesting. So he is a descendant of the Redguard Knight we talked to earlier. All right, thank you.
Goodbye.
So he has that curse that's always making him tired. Let's talk to him. Kellen. Let's see. So you come back here in the chapel, hang a right. Here he is. Excuse
Hello.
me. Kellen.
What is it? Is there a cure? Has Ereldur found a cure? I know there's something he's not telling me.
Yeah, he kind of acted like he was holding out on us too, but none the matter. Tell me about your curse, Kellen.
Ah, so you've heard it, have you? Terrible curse. Been in the family almost longer than anyone can remember. When I was younger, I could live with it. Wasn't so bad. But it's only gotten worse over time. I'd come here, to the place it all happened, in the hopes that something could be done. I fear I haven't much time left otherwise. Ereldur has let me stay, mostly out of pity, I think. But there's something else. I swear he knows more than he tells.
Indeed. Tell me more about Ereldur.
I've seen plenty of pity in people's eyes over the years. I grew up recognizing it. But with Ereldur, there's something else there. And when he speaks to me, there are times I'd swear he sounds apologetic. Guilty, even. Why would that be? What reason does he have to hold back information? I know I'm a doomed man one way or the other. Speak to him if you can. Convince him to tell me what he knows as a dying man's last wish.
Fair enough.
Farewell.
So you go right back out here. And let's talk to him. Excuse me.
I hope I can help.
Look, you're not telling me everything about the curse.
It's a horrible thing, truly. One cannot help but pity those such as Kellen, who have such a burden placed on them through no fault of their own. But if it is the will of the Nine, then there is little that can be done.
You don't sound so sure.
I cannot face him. I know what might be done for him, but I haven't the will to do it.
What?
I wish I could help him. Truly I do. But I cannot muster the strength to damn myself on his behalf.
What are you talking about?
The curse. I know what would lift it, but I cannot do it. The only way to free Kellen of his curse is to take it on myself. I am not strong enough to do this, and so I am a failure. I fail Kellen every time I speak to him, and I fail Stendar every time I pray to him and do not ask for the power to lift the curse. Do you know one who would do such a thing? One who would pray at this chapel's altar, pray to Stendar for the power to lift this curse?
I do.
Be seeing you.
It shall be me. Do you wish to pray to Stendar for the power to lift Kellen's curse? Yes. I have prayed at the altar in the chapel of Stendar and have been granted the ability to lay hands on Kellen. I need to see him at once. Let's make sure we get the right spell equipped. I think it comes as a spell. Where is it? Where is it? Lay hands. Lay hands on touch. Restore fatigue 10 points on touch. Alright.
You're a sneaky looking sort.
Look, that was a long time ago. That's not why I'm here. I cleanse thee of thy curse. I have lifted the curse from Kellen, which means taking it on myself. As a result, I am weary and my fatigue has been affected. With the curse lifted, I can now retrieve the gauntlets of the Crusader.
You... How did you? I feel good. I feel good. I don't feel like death. I feel like running.
Do it then.
Look at me.
That's pretty cool. We've done a good deed here this day. Let's take those gauntlets. I have recovered the gauntlets of the Crusader. I have completed Sir Casimir's quest by recovering the gauntlets of the Crusader. I should continue to search for the relics that the other ghost knights were questing for. And there you have it, folks. I've done it. As for you...
I can't believe you were willing to do that for Kellen. To sacrifice your own well-being without hesitation. What business do I have acting as a priest if I'm not willing to do all I can in helping those who need it? Perhaps I need to rethink my calling.
Indeed. He is literally just going to walk off the job. Yeah, fair enough. Best of luck to you wherever you're going. Let's see here. Gauntlets of the Crusader. Fortify Restoration, 9 points. Resist Disease, 50% on self. Merciful Touch added. What's cool is because we're a red guard, we already have that really high disease resistance. This means that we are 100% immune to disease. Which reminds me, I never thought about this when I did this character, but we have not gotten one... Actually, it's a lie. I think we got vampirism once and I drank a potion and it was gone. So, but other than that, we've never gotten a disease. And you can get diseases from creatures and zombies touching you and stuff like that. So, that's kind of nice. Normally, you'd have to drink a potion or cast a thing. So, all these cure disease potions we can get rid of. Let's go ahead and repair that past 100. And let's take a look at that power. What was it called? Merciful something? Merciful. There it is. Restore health 50 points on touch. Wow, so now we have a really powerful spell. It doesn't cost hardly anything, really, in the grand scheme, and it gives 50 points of health to whatever we touch. So that's pretty cool. Now, do we still have that Kinnereth deal? I'm just curious. That might be for a quest, maybe. A Woodland Grace? Yeah, it must be for a quest. It's not letting me do it.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. Wow, everyone here is so nice. Okay.
Look at the muscles on you.
Oh boy, people in this game. All right. Now at this point, I say we go for the... We tried the mace. We could get the shield. Let's go for the shield next. Fort Bulwark. Wow, it's a ways down there. All right. Guess we'll head out at once.